Question number 46. Here they have given one column named units in stock. Okay. Now they have given the column property here like data type and format or whole number, category or uncategorized, and summarized by none. Okay. Is nullable? Yes. Now we can see in this column 75 non-null values are there, 51 unique. Here you can see unit stock totally 75 non-null values. Okay, totally 75 rows. Out of 75, 51 values are unique. Okay, you can see this properties by selecting the column view, column distribution. 51 are unique. This is the given data. Now in the question what they asked, they want to create a table visual, okay, with this column properties. Go to Power BI desktop. This is our column units in stock. Okay, select this column. Okay, go to table visual. Okay, in this column tools they said they want to have it as a none, that means don't summarize, and the format and data type are whole number, category as uncategorized. This is the properties given in the screenshot for units in stock. Okay, now try to create a table visual for this. Here you can see, let's include product ID also. Here you can see totally 75 rows are there, okay, for units in stock with the given column properties. That means summarization as a none, don't summarize, whole number, category, uncategorized, like that. So the value is 75 rows for the table visual when we are having the summarized by none. Now second question, changing the summarized by settings and then add this column to a table visual. Okay, now remove this 2. Okay, for this units ID, now try to change the summarization settings, for example maximum, and now try to include this column in a table visual. Will reduce the rows. You can see the rows got reduced. This is what the question asked, reduce. Okay, when we are try to change the summarize by setting, it will reduce the rows. When the summarize setting is none, it will give all the rows, 75 rows, 75 non-null value rows. Okay. Question number 47. Here they said they have two tables for the sales report. Both table have RLS configured. Okay, now they need to create a relationship between these two tables. That solution want to ensure bidirectional cross filtering honors. Okay, let's try to see this here. For this example, I have a two table, products and a sales. For your view, I am creating a table visual for these two tables, product and sales table. Another table visual with sales data. Here you can see salespersons are two persons, Alice and Bob. They have their own data and they are related to the product table with the product ID. Okay, Alice have two products, Bob have two products. Now we try to create a roles here. For example, I am creating a role 47. Okay, for the table sales 47, switch to DAX editor. This sales table, I am creating salesperson equal to Alice. Okay, this role will give you the data that related to Alice only. Try to save this role, go to view as. Now you can see before this role, we are selecting this role here, 4 data for product, 4 data for sales. That means all the data are visible. Now when we are trying to view it as a role 47, that means Alice, here you can see only the data that is related to Alice will display. Alice have the product ID 1 and 3, so the products 1 and 3 is visible. This is something called row level security. Okay, this is what they achieved to create their sales reports. Now what's the relationship and the security filter they need for this. Now go to the model view. You can see products table and sales table have the relationship here. Now click on this relationship. Here you can see cross filter direction as a both. Both will help us to filter the data on the both side. Okay, two tables bidirectional. Okay, so we are selecting it as a both, and the relationship need to be active to do this filtering. So coming to the options, you can see we need active relationship to do this filtering, row level security and all. So option A and C got eliminated, only B and D is available. For active relationship we need to do this filtering. And coming to the security filter, here you can see both direction security is the correct option. Why assume referential integrity is wrong? This will not give you the bidirectional cross filtering harness. Okay, this will help you to just optimize. It means it will enhance the performance of the row level security. Okay, assume referential integrity means if you are sure about your table must contain all the rows have its foreign keys. Okay, like that, if you are very much sure, you can use assume referential integrity to enhance the performance. Okay, now here for this solution, the both direction security filter as a both direction will help you to achieve the solution. Question number 48. Here they have given two tables, sales and employee. In the employee table there is a 4 column, but they said there are no requirement for employee ID and employee photo columns. Okay, in this condition we need to optimize the data model. What can we do? Let's see this in the Power BI. Okay, this is the two table, employee table and a sales table. There is a relationship between these two tables. For your view, I am creating a table visual with employee ID, first name, last name and employee photo. Here they said employee ID and employee photo they don't need. They are using first name and last name for their reporting. In this case, if they don't want employee ID and employee photo, we need to optimize this model. In that case, employee ID is we need, because this is a unique identification of the table. So, okay, so we need this, so just we can give hide. In this case, this employee ID will got hide. Okay, if you click on the unhide all or view hidden, this will display. Here you can see employee ID came back. Okay, so for employee ID we can use the option hide, because we need the employee ID. It's uniquely identify the columns, rows. Okay, and coming to the employee photo, since it's don't need, we can delete this from the model. Okay, now you can see only we have 3 columns: table visual, employee ID, first name and last name. Okay, since we hide the employee ID, we can able to use it here. It will optimize the model also. You just click uncheck the view hidden. Now it's optimized. Okay, only you can see name and last name. Employee ID is hidden. If you want anytime, you can just unhide and use the employee ID. And employee photo we don't need, so we simply delete it. Question number 49. Here they have given 3 tables: orders, a date and a city. Let's see the sample data. This is the order table. This is the date table. Here calendar, here you have 3 values: 20, 21, 19. Coming to the city, state, you have 2 values: Kentucky, Illinois. Okay, now they are creating 2 roles, one for city, one for calendar year. Let's do that. Go to modeling, manage roles. We are creating role 1 for which table? Table city. Okay, switch to DAX editor. Here you can see city, state, province equal to Kentucky. This is our first role. Now try to create a second role. like the same. Roll 2. Okay, this is for date table. Select that, switch to DAX editor. Here in date table calendar year, we are assigning the values 2020. Save this. Now close this manage roles. Here these are all the tables in our data pane. Try to view order ID in table matrix. Okay, order ID, state and calendar year. Okay, here you are able to view 4 datas. Okay, all the datas are visible. Now try to view it as roll 1, which means Kentucky only. Okay, here you can see only 3 values, which is the state Kentucky is displayed. Stop viewing. Try to view with roll 2, which means the calendar year is equal to 2020. In this case we have 2 datas. Okay, now what's the question? If the user belongs to both roll 1 and 2, what data will they view? Try to view as roll 1 state Kentucky, roll 2 year 2020. Here you can see all the data is visible, no changes. Here what happens? The data with 2020 is visible and the data with Kentucky is visible. So both data is visible. Here you can see the options. The user will receive error, no. Option B eliminated. Only see the data for Kentucky, no. Option C eliminated. Option A and D are similar, only the difference is or and. Okay, in this case or is applicable because we got all the data with Kentucky even though the year is not 2020, and we got the calendar year 2020 even the state is not Kentucky. So or is applied here, intersection is applied here. So both values we got, which are the value with Kentucky, which are the value 2020. So option A is correct. If the option is and only, then we can see only one row with Kentucky 2020. But in our case, we see all the things. So option A is correct. Or is applicable here. Question number 50. Here they have one data model that is used to perform basket analysis. Okay, the goal of the analysis is to find out the products usually brought together in same transaction within same sales territory. Okay, this is the requirement. For that they want to optimize this model. It means increase the performance and reduce the size. Okay, they want to do the optimization. Here what's the first option? They are going to remove sales row ID and audit column. This is the sample data for us. Let's see sales row ID and audit column they are going to remove. Is this will affect our analysis? Okay, no, we are acceptable to remove this both. Okay, it doesn't affect our analysis, so we can give yes for this. Sales row and audit column can be removed in our model. It doesn't affect our analysis. Okay, we have another unique values to identify the products. Okay, this row ID and audit ID doesn't require for our analysis. Okay, next option, both order date key and order date columns are necessary. No, from the name itself you can see order date key and order date are similar. Okay, 29/12/2010. We can predict it by any one of the columns. So both columns are not necessary. So we can give it as no. And third one, tax amount column must retain the current number of decimal places to perform the analysis. Here you can see tax amount column. There are totally 4 decimal places. They said they want these 4 decimal places as it is to perform the analysis. Is it yes or no? No. Why? Because here in the question you can say they want to just analyze the sales products which is brought together in the transaction and sales territories. No need of tax amount and their decimal places and all. So this one also no.